Hello everyone, welcome to the new video. And in this video, we are looking for the first type of the directive, as we have learned in the previous video about the directives. So here we are learning about the types of the directive. Okay, so the first type of the directive is the component directive, and let's see what was the component directive. So basically, a component directive are used in main class, a special kind of directives having their own template. Okay, so what this mean that when we are generating a component, you know how to generate a component, and if you don't, just see my previous videos where I learned about the how to generate the components. So basically, these components are a component directive in itself. Okay, you just understand for now that's okay. So the at the rate component decorator identifies the class immediately below it as a component class. Okay, so where we can get the at the rate component decorator, we it just identifies that it is a component class or a component directive we are using there. Okay, so they contain the detail of how the component should be processed, instantiated, and used at runtime. Okay, so the component directive or the component decorator should know everything about how it is processed, instantiated, and used at runtime. Okay, so in component directives, there are three parameters. First one is selector. It tells the template tag which specifies the beginning and end of the component. Okay, so we have a template tag and which will specify the beginning and the end of the component, where the component is started and where it is ending. Okay, and second component is template URL. It specifies the template used for the component. Okay, basically HTML file is the template URL, and the third one is style URL. It consists of all the styling format for the actual component. Okay, so you can understand by its name. The style URLs means CSS or JavaScript files. Okay, mainly the CSS files we are using here. Okay, so let's see how the component directive is looks like and what it does. Okay, so let's go to our VS Code. So here we have generated a directive in the previous video, you can see. Okay, but in our Angular we have already getting the component. Okay, one component we are getting by default in Angular project when we are creating a new Angular project. So by default we are getting a Angular component. Okay, so in component, in app.component.ts file, we can see the at the rate component decorator. Okay, so this is the component directive. Okay, the at the rate component. Okay, so we will say three things about that: the selector, the template URL, and the style URL. Okay, so this selector thing is very important, and the template URL you can see app.component.html, this one. Okay, basically I have written the directive code here. In the previous video we have created directive. Okay, so it is in this component.ts file, it will basically told the component that for this component the HTML, this is the HTML file where we are coding related to this component, and this is the style file where we are coding related to this component. Okay, but where what is the use of this selector? Okay, so this selector we can see our index.html page, and you can see app.root. Okay, so this app.root uh, is our selector. Okay, so we can use this selector as an HTML tag always. Okay, when we are using, because we are using this selector in HTML file always, so we can use as a HTML tags to bind it with a HTML file. Okay, so this is the simple work of the component directive in Angular. Okay, so this is the first type of the directives, component directive. In the further videos we will learn two more types. of the directives. Okay, so see you in the next video. Thank you.